In the third to allow you to put you in position to be there in the fourth.
This team is extremely well coached. A ton of young guys that just play their hearts out night in and night out. And we have to tip our hats to them. We just needed to hang in there. And that's the message at halftime. It's like we're getting some quality looks offensively. They're not falling. We have to play with a bit more force, get the ball moving side to side. Defensively, we've got to keep them out of the paint, just contest shots, finish possessions. And second half, we started to come around a bit. We saw, a few shots go in. We rebounded the ball a bit better. We took care of the ball. And then, Brandon, he made a heck of a play at the end of the game to win it for us.
To kind of walk me through both, the Brandon play and then the defensive stop there.
Yeah. I mean, just two huge plays. And we're grateful. We're grateful that, he came in with that mentality to start preseason. It's a ton of carryover. But last play was, we just created a mismatch. CJ set a screen. They switched it. And we gave him space, and he went to work. And then the defensive play was big time. Just getting the block at the end of the game sealed the deal for us. So sometimes it's tough to win these games. Come in this building and play against a scrappy team, but super proud of our guys.
The defensive play at the end on the replay looked like Herb, maybe got a piece, and then Zion came over and finished it. What was just your vantage point on that sequence there at the end of the game?
My vantage point was it looked like a great block by two guys. Looked like Herb, like you said, got a little bit of piece of it, and Zion finished it off.
Jordan, 22, I think, in the second half. What did you like about what he did tonight?
He stayed aggressive. He continued to move, continued to trust. His teammates trust him. And, he's worked for these moments. He hit some big shots for us, some timely shots when we kind of didn't have it going. And once he gets a shot going down, he can reel off 4 or 5 in a row.
How much does it kind of speak to his progression, seeing how much y'all struggled to score in the first half and having him step up the way he did, scoring 22 in the second half?
It was great. You're right. We were really sluggish to start the game, and, that gives another team confidence. This is a gutsy win, and Hawk was a big part of it, hitting big basket after big basket. His ability to move without the ball, to be able to catch and shoot quickly or drive, swing it to a teammate, read space, all the things we work on. It's really good to see him implementing, and then we just have to continue to trust in some of our young guys, Eves and Hawk.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about, clutch games, wanting to be better in those situations, and obviously the hope was that DeJounte would play a role in these games, but he's obviously not here. How big is it just to have this first test to come away with a win?
Want to know in the clutch. That's great for us. But, it's something that we've paid attention to, and we're going to continue to work at. And that's for all of our guys. DeJounte is definitely going to help us when he's back, but for all the guys to understand in clutch situations, no turnovers, get quality looks. We got to finish possessions defensively, rebounding the ball, and we did that tonight.
About 3 minutes left. You go with the lineup with no traditional center. Why'd you want to go to that one? What'd you see those last few minutes there at that lineup on the floor?
I just thought we could switch screens and keep guys in front of us, force them to take contested shots, and that's the lineup that has to win the game for us. Hawks, he's got it going. CJ is playing well. Brandon, Z was coming along. We got one of our the best defenders on the floor in Herb Jones. So look, this is it. This is the group, and we're all proud of the gutsiness and the effort down the stretch.
And it looked like it took a little time for Z to get his legs under him, and this one coming off of the illness still ends up with 16, 11, 7 assists, 4 blocks. Just what you think about his all-around game, and even though the scoring wasn't there the way we used to seeing it.
He's a force. He's so competitive. Once he gets going, you can see it. You can see it in his eyes right away. A little bit of rust, and that's to be expected with Z not playing. The first game being sick. So he'll get better and better as we progress.
See a guy where as you said, he really, the competitiveness really shines through in moments. Do you see like a switch flip or anything? How does that become engaged? What have you seen there?
He's just one of the most competitive people I've been around. When the lights turn on, he's ready to play. And rarely does he come to a game and he doesn't get after it. It may not always go his way, but he competes at a high level.
Okay. Appreciate you.
catch y'all. I'll catch y'all.
It's kind of a sluggish first half offensively for you guys, just, as a team. What allowed you personally to get going there in the second half, do you think?
I think they were just more aggressive than us in the first half, but we expected that, so we came out a little sluggish. But we picked it up in the second half. It was just really good. Showed fight. I think that's one of the more important things to take away from today. I think it was down at like 15 at one point. So for us to just come together and just rally a comeback, I think that's this early in the season. I think that speaks volumes to us and our coaching staff. So.
And I think last season you guys didn't get a single win when you were trailing going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
Does that feel good just as a team? Hey,
yeah, my bad. I think this year, I think just taking care of the ball more in these type of situations. I think coach showed us we wasn't that good, like late game situations. So I think just taking care of the ball at the end of the game and rebounding where we went small, I think that was really important. And that last defensive stop was real huge. So yeah.
And for you, 22 in the second half, what was key to just kind of finding your rhythm and making an impact the way you did?
I think I was just hunting shots more, just hunting my shot. I think I turned down some shots in the first half I should have took. So I came out in the second half with ultra-aggressive mindset. I was like, as soon as I get that inch of space, I'm letting it go. So I seen the first one fall, and just got hot after that.
And obviously you had some big games last year, but you talked a lot about the work over the summer. How much does a game like this kind of make you feel like, yeah, these are the results I was looking for, coming off of that work?
It feels good, but I expect stuff like this from me. So I'm not going to get too high on it. I'm just going got a long season to go, so a lot more games. So I'm not going to be jumping off the walls just I had a good game. I expect myself to do this, and I worked too hard in the summer.
And what's it like just seeing B.I. knock down that jumper at the end?
I knew it was good. I seen B.I. take that jump shot 1,000 times since I've been here. So I knew it was good. I was under the rim. I seen the rotation on it. I was like, yeah, that's cash. So big shot by him.
A couple of years ago, they would have J.J. Redick set screen for Zion and kind of pop.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you guys went to that a few times
Yeah.
tonight. Is that something you feel like could be something for y'all this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Just with my gravity and Zion gravity combined, one of us is going to get an open shot. If you want to guard me, you're going to leave Zion one-on-one on the island. If you try to double team, I got an open shot. Yeah.
And it's clear in the first half he wasn't quite himself. Probably took some time just to get his legs under him. What do you think just the overall impact he was able to make in the second half?
He had a huge block at the end of the game. He was a little sluggish, rightfully so. He just came off of illness. Didn't really play the first game. He didn't play last game of preseason as well, so hasn't been practicing. I think for him to come back and get that block at the end, though, I think that's really huge. And we're not worried about that. Zion, he's a great player. He's going to have bad games. We all have bad games. I don't even think he played bad, honestly. He rebounded. He got to the line, penetrated, got some assists. So I think he played good. He'll be fine. Thanks.
Appreciate the help.
See on the final play at the end that allowed you to get that one off. And
Yeah, I just wanted to time it right. I got to a spot I liked on the floor. I saw a small defender, so I just wanted to get it close to the basket as I could. And then, I just shot it and went in.
you guys didn't win a game last season when you were trailing going into the fourth quarter. I mean, just how important is it, first time you had that opportunity to take care of that this year?
Well, we stayed together. Hawk brought us back into it. He was a sharp shooter down that stretch in the second half. I think he might have had 20 points or something. He brought us back into it. CJ made a few threes. And our guys were good on the defensive end, the guys that came in. Javante, Jose did a good job on the defensive end, and they had stops on that side, and other guys made some plays on the other end. Herb also had some great stops.
What makes Jordan unique as a scorer and a shooter?
Well, I think when he's able to take advantage, you know, we're surrounded by talent. There's a lot of gravity on the basketball floor, and the thing about him is every time he catches the ball, he's ready to make a decision, whether it's shooting, whether it's driving, whether it's moving it to the next person. He's always ready to make a decision, and that's great for our team.
I feel like he's a really quick trigger. He just get it all.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot in practice. His practice, whatever he does in practice, it definitely comes to the game. Yeah.
And did he ask you about the last shot?
Ask a follow.
I mean, just how much confidence do you have in those situations? You talk about just the work you put in, you know, to kind of know your game. Just how much confidence do you have in those situations, knowing what you can go to?
Well, I guess it was just the tell of the game, because that's the only time that I was kind of patient to get into my shot, was the last shot. And, you know, once I got to my spot, I just took my time and I shot the ball. But it felt good coming out of my hands.
Just knowing Z was coming back from the illness, he was a little sluggish early on, but what did you think about the overall impact he was able to make, getting boards, you know, getting some assists, stuff like that?
You know, whenever he's on the floor, he's going to, something great's going to happen. You know, whether it's him rebounding the basketball, pushing it, he's going to have a lot of gravity with him so he can make the right pass. When he's getting into the lane, he can finish over the top. He can finish over bigger guys, smaller guys. And he can get to the free throw line. And defensively, he can come over and block shots, as you've seen at the end of the game. So, you know, whether he's on or not, he can still be effective for the game.
And just, you know, during that first half, what were you kind of seeing with the offense, and what were some of the reasons why y'all struggled as much as y'all did?
We were a little slow, me included. You know, not pushing the pace. I think they kind of controlled the game, most of the game, driving downhill, being a more physical team. We had some good shots, some good looks, but we didn't knock them down. We didn't have a good shooting night. And we'll continue to shoot those shots, but we know we got to have more force behind our offense and defense.
Appreciate you.
That's rough. Bad luck, but you know, we already spoke with Five, and you know, we told him we're gonna hold it down for him. You know, Coach always talks about the conditioning test just being, you know, ready for any situation.
And just for you coming back from the sickness, it was like you were, you know, struggling to get your legs under you a little bit in that first half. What was key to just getting your rhythm more in the second half?
Man, two things. One, like you said about the illness, felt like I had a lag. Like I saw my gaps, I saw the openings, but felt like I was just a step slower. There was a lag in my mental. Second half, it was just really thinking the game out, picking and choosing my spots. And, you know, Hawk spoke to me. Hawk was like, look, the way they're guarding you, I'm going to be ready. So, you know, I found him, and he was knocking him down.
How big was it for him to step up the way he did in the second half, the way y'all were struggling in the first half?
Expect nothing less of him. You know, he's had a confidence like that since before he even got in rotation. So, you know, now that he played 29 minutes, he was 8 of 12, 4-7 from 3, 4-4 from the free throw line. Like, I think he had 22 in the second. Like, that's big for us, especially in games like this where we trailed most of the game.
How unique is it, how quickly he can just get it off his trigger?
You know, me and him talk about it a lot, and I kind of tell him that it reminds me of, like, kind of Ray Allen, just being able to catch the shot on the move, whether you're facing the basket or not, or just a spot-up shot. Hawkins is a very talented shooter, and I'm glad he with us.
What were you thinking that last possession when B.I. hit the shot?
Let's get a stop. But when he hit the shot, it was one of those, the moment he shot it, you just knew it was good. You know, B.I. works on that, and just like Hawk, expect nothing less.
Coach talked about your competitive drive and how that kind of stood out, and not just in this game, but just the way you play. In moments where the offense isn't going for you, how much do you kind of lean on that, just being competitive, finding other ways to impact the game?
Because at the end of the day, you know, when we look back on the schedule, it's not going to say whether my offense was great this game or not. It's going to say whether we won the game. And, you know, if we can win games like this where my offense was just terrible, took a while to find my rhythm. When we can win games like this and there are other ways for me to be impactful in the game, I think that's big for us in the long run.
Physically, are you good right now? Like, are you close to 100%? Or?
I'm close. Still, you know, getting over the illness a little bit, but I'm getting there.
All right, thanks, Zeke.
Bro, you guys have a great night.